Ever since she was a child, this girl had the God-given ability to distinguish truth from lies. Even her mother, who knew her very well, couldn't deceive her even once. As she grew up, people started calling her the lie hunter. Thanks to this extraordinary ability that so many people desired, Seol-hee decided to start a business helping people track down liars. However, Seol-hee ended up accepting a request from a client who turned out to be a mafia boss. So in the middle of the night, she had to go alone to an abandoned building. The mafia boss asked her to find the traitor within his gang who had been secretly leaking information to their rivals. Even though she was standing before a group of gangsters, Seol-hee wasn't scared because she was already used to this kind of situation. Without hesitation, she got to work. The task was to identify the traitor among the 3 people tied up here. Just by observing their facial expressions and listening to their voices, Seol-hee already had her answer. But instead, Seol-hee told the boss that all 3 tied up people were completely innocent and the real traitor was actually someone else among the people present. Then she pointed to the man with a crippled leg. Seol-hee believed that ever since she arrived, that man had shown signs of discomfort. Without giving him a chance to explain, Seol-hee asked him the same question she had asked the other 3. He tried to explain, but couldn't stop Seol-hee from concluding that he was the traitor. At this point, the boss still seemed doubtful about Seol-hee's conclusion. Seeing this, the crippled man tried to defend himself, but the more he spoke, the more Seol-hee exposed his lies. Without saying much more, Seol-hee just mentioned that even his crippled leg was fake. The boss didn't hesitate and kicked away the crutch from his hand. Just as expected, the crutch flew a few meters away, but he didn't fall. Moreover, he even rushed to pick up crutch again to continue pretending to be crippled. At this point, everything was clear. The boss immediately handed Seol-hee a generous payment. She bowed, accepted it, and quickly left the place to avoid any further involvement with those people. Even though the job was done, the thug who had faked being crippled still held a grudge against her. He quickly tracked her down afterward. Judging by his unfriendly expression, Seol-hee knew that if she didn't run, she would die. But he didn't give up and kept chasing her to the end. Having no other choice, Seol-hee had to run to the train station and buy a ticket to Seoul. At that moment, a conflict between 2 men happened on the bus. The loud noise drew the thug's attention. At this time, Seol-hee was protecting a young man and trying to stop the rude behavior of the other man. The thug was also running toward the bus while Seol-hee was unaware. But suddenly, the driver announced that the bus was about to depart. The moment the thug reached the bus was also the moment the door closed and the bus pulled away. Thanks to that, Seol-hee escaped danger in that instant and safely arrived in Seoul. The young man whom Seol-hee had defended earlier was still quietly watching her. Her heroic act had greatly surprised and impressed him, but Seol-hee frankly